Well, hello there folks, and I guess it's welcome back to a somewhat unusual chap's guide. The world is seemed to be falling into ruin at the moment with the COVID-19 coronavirus, and in the midst of all the panic and worry and the concern, I thought I would do what I often do when things become a little bit overwhelming, is head for the woods and make a brew, because in true British style I feel that most things, well, if they don't get any better, they don't get any worse as a consequence of enjoying a cup of tea amongst Mother Nature. And it's spring, it's a time of rebirth, early spring admittedly, but you know, the trees are full of birds. I can see growth starting. You know, there's some lovely daffodils and other flowers starting to make their way through the earth. And it reminds me actually that even though things are looking a little bit uncertain, you know, we live in very fluid times at the moment, and we have to trust in our governments and hope that they're going to do the best on our behalf. But whatever happens, you know, there's always nature. Nature reminds us that things are on a continual cycle, and even when things are looking bad, we know that there will be a spring. In the midst of winter, the one thing you can cling on to is that spring will be along, hot on its heels, and, you know, rebirth and a new life will begin. And I guess that's all we can think of now in this time, you know, where countries are shutting their borders, and you know, even the most industrialized, powerful nations in the world suddenly realize that in reality they're just as powerless as the most primitive nations on the planet when it comes to stopping viruses. I guess we should have learned that. Those of us who've ever read The War of the Worlds or seen the movie or seen the television programs over the years, that even the Martians who came to Earth to invade and annex this planet were powerless when it came to stopping the viruses which ultimately led to their demise. But let's be positive. We're not going the way of the Martians. You know, the virus which we face at the moment is of a relatively minor nature in the grand scheme of things. Although you wouldn't think it this morning when I went to visit my local Costco, and there were people, you know, pretty much prepared to claw each other's eyes out to obtain a packet of toilet paper, which I can't see, and I can't understand why it has such, you know, almost currency level of value in the world today when it comes to dealing with viruses. But there we are, such is life. So, while we're here for having a chat, I'd like to say thanks for following the Chap's Guide channel. You know, in the last week, I've passed a bit of a milestone. We've actually achieved 100 subscribers, which when I started the channel, going back in, I think it was November last year, only probably 3 full months ago in reality, you know, I thought more or less I was making these videos for myself. But time has passed, and it turns out that there are some of you out there who enjoy the same things as me, and you enjoy seeing me on my journey through life. So thanks for joining me. Hopefully more will join us as we go ahead, because I want to build a Chap Guide into something of a community. You know, those of us who are here together, and I love hearing your comments, your views, contrary to mine in some cases. Some cases they're complimentary, and I'm really grateful for all of you who've taken a moment to write to me and say, you know, well done and carry on, and we're enjoying your work, and pointing out the mistakes I've made, because I am no expert, gentlemen, my fellow chaps out there. I'm just a guy who's on a journey of discovery, the same as you. You know, I've reached the 50 years of age mark just a couple of weeks ago, and I realise that you know, there's more of life behind me than in front of me, but I've got a hell of a lot to learn, and I'm enjoying learning it with you. In fact, you're pushing me to learn new things, because I want to provide you quality content going forward, and the only way I can do that is to learn more and more. And that'll be a combination of self-development conversations we have together, because I enjoy those things, telling you about the things I've learned that have made my life positive as I've gone on, but also talking about the style, because I've learned a few shortcuts as I've gone through life as well, and how to do things a little bit more cheaply. Because I hope you've realised I'm just an ordinary working guy, the same as you. No privilege, no wealth, just a working man who has to get up every day to pay the bills. And you know, I've got nice things, but in most cases I've saved up for a long time for those things, and they are the culmination of many years of endeavour. So I hope you don't think that I'm some sort of show-off type chap showing you the things that I like and I own. That's not the case at all. You know, anything nice I own take me a lifetime to get to that point, so I hope you realise that and don't think that I'm some sort of braggart, particularly when I flash off things like the Rolex watches. You know, they have really taken me 50 years to get to that point, and they were no gift at all, believe me. They were hard earned, and I'm extremely grateful and thankful for the position I have in life, albeit very minor, but you know, I get to do these things with you, and it's a pleasure for me. So thanks for coming on the journey with me. I'm going to enjoy this cup of tea now in nature, listen to the birds tweeting, and think about the next videos that we're going to share together. I look forward to them enormously. I look forward to speaking to you, and hopefully in time, as we grow, meeting many of you as well. And thanks for joining me. Until I speak to you again, please stay safe, don't panic, enjoy life, looking sharp, and I will see you very soon. Cheers, chaps. Take care.